Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to talk about an 80s fantasy classic. This is my last review this year, and it is a great one. It is Highlander from 1986, starring Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery. It also stars Roxanne Hart, and Clancy Brown as the Kurgan, who was one of the most underrated 80s villains there are. And it's directed by Russell Mulcahy. And this movie has had an interesting life. It came and went in the theaters, and then it picked up a life on home video and cable, and it had a big following. It spawned some sequels and a television show. But most people look at this as the best of them. The television show had some mainstream success as well. So, let's talk about the audio and picture quality and the story a little bit. This story follows Christopher Lambert's character, Connor MacLeod, and it shows he's 400 years old, so it shows, his roots in Scotland and then him in New York for the time of the gathering when there can be only one and his final clash with the Kurgan. It's 400 years in the making. Now, let's talk about the audio and picture quality of this movie. It's had an interesting run in home videos. Like the VHS didn't look that good. I remember when I rented it and first took a look at it, I'm like, this doesn't even look good for VHS. I remember long time ago before there was HD and all that. Then, it got this, when I first started collecting DVDs, it got a DVD release. I'm like, wow, I got to get that because DVD, it's so clear. And it was fuzzy. It did not look good. And I know this movie, it's very grainy, and that's on this as well. But wow, it just looked bad. So, in dark spots, you had to really squint to see what was going on, just see the silhouette, and you assume that's what was happening. That's the way the DVD looked. It was not good. Now, it finally got its due with this restoration. It was done by Studio Canal. It's distributed in the United States by Lionsgate, and it has a slip cover and a steelbook, which is a Best Buy exclusive, and that's the one I wanted because the artwork is just amazing, and I'll get to that later. Now, back to the picture quality first. The picture quality is very good here. It's still grain heavy, so if you don't like that, it may bother you, but I want it the way it was meant to look. So that's the way this film was meant to look, and this is the best it's ever looked. Ramirez's clothes, Sean Connery's character, he has some bright colors on his costume, and you can see that better. And the Kurgan, the leather outfit, when he shaves his head and his facial expressions, you can see that better now. And other things, when they're fighting like in a darker area, you can see what's going on. In the climactic fight, which is kind of in a dark warehouse, you can see it better now. So all that really, looks better. The colors pop when they're in the Scottish Highlands. And like I said, there is some grain, like in the opening fight in Madison Square Garden. That's a grain heavy. In the parking garage there, it's kind of grain heavy, but like I said, that's fine. That's the way the film was meant to look. And looks great. The audio is, you have a choice between 5.1 DTS and the 2.0 DTS. I tried the 5.1. It sounded great. Dialogue was crisp and clear. I could understand everything. The clanking of the swords and the sparks flying, that all sounded great. And of course, I can't forget the Queen soundtrack that's blasting through that. It was an interesting choice, but it works so well, and that's a big part of this movie and what made it what it is. So that's there too. So all that is great. Now let's get into the artwork. Look at this. Lionsgate does a great job with their steel books here. You got the slip cover, and look at this artwork here. I hope you can see that. And you got the Kurgan in his helmet. It comes with a digital copy as well, and here's the discs themselves, and there's some more pictures behind that. And it also comes with some laminate cards. This is with the slipcover edition as well. You got right here. So look at all that. So this is a great edition here. So if you're a collector and a fan of this film, absolutely pick this up. I can't recommend it enough because this is the best this film's ever looked, and it's finally got its due in the home video market. So it's a great 80s classic. When you think of 80s fantasy classics, Conan the Barbarian, the Beastmaster, and of course Highlander. So that's all for today. So thanks for tuning in this year. I hope to have some more exciting things coming next year. And if you like older movies, collecting, things like that, give Video Mania a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, and everyone have a happy new year, and see you next time.